a tree branch, and I see this fucking thing again. I swear to God, it was fucking with us. Something was fucking with us. Where it was like a weird. I have such an easy time telling this story to you guys, but like now that we're recording and everything, I have a hard time telling you guys that it was a werewolf or something along those lines. It was very primal, walking on two legs, but it could have very well been, in my mind, a werewolf. And I of course chalk it up to, what's the word I'm looking for?
I don't know.
Skinwalker?
No, not Skinwalker. I'm not trying to name it. I'm saying I chalk it up to like overactive imagination.
Yeah, but
You're muted, Alex. Oh. I was curious. Got you, bruv. Anyway. Like an overactive imagination. So, my buddy and I, we ran in the house. We grabbed what we could find that would defend, or that we could use to defend ourselves. Like hockey sticks, golf clubs, bats, whatever. And, of course, my father thought we were crazy. It's out there. It's out there, man. And, fuck, I'm all worried about the age now. Like, when was it? I think I was 16 around the pond, and I see this fucking figure.
that's what you told me.
And, long story short, I think my dad's a werewolf.
You think? Yeah,
Fairly certain.
Really, your dad?
Yes.
it's the only constant in his life.
I couldn't see him. He called me crazy. Yeah, it's the only control I have, really, over this equation. Honestly, it's a stupid story now that I look back on it.
Well, it's stupid when you told it to the viewers, but you were pretty good when you told me it. You know.
Well, okay. I didn't want to take 50 minutes to explain this motherfucking thing.
Well, you could have taken 10.
Because when we were talking about it, I was getting out the paper, and I was like,
That's
I'm gonna
true.
draw this figure, and I'm gonna show you what exactly I saw. And
Well, you said it was a hunched over.
it was hunched
thing.
over. It was just primal looking. I couldn't see anything. It was just like it was such a shadowy figure that I couldn't make anything else but the eyes, and that it was large. I mean, I wouldn't have seen it. The farmhouse was in Colorado. Small town Colorado. And if I see this thing in Phoenix, it followed me, bro. I have a werewolf following me.
I thought you.
It's gotta be my dad.
I guess. I'm like filling in all the fucking holes,
I'm of course
you know, because I remember
joking
everything.
that it's my dad.
Yeah.
I'm not superstitious at all.
So I thought you had said that it made like a banging noise on like
The tent,
on.
right, or the tree or some shit.
I thought it was I don't fucking know. I thought it landed on top of something when you were in the attic or some shit.
When I
and
was
you
a
saw it
kid.
from the window.
Yeah, it's like on the car, or like it jumped from overhead
Mm-hmm.
because it was on the roof or some shit,
Yeah.
and it landed on the car or
Something.
something that would make noise like the trash can,
Yeah,
something like
okay.
that. But hey, you gotta understand. I got nervous explaining this. It's weird to just let people know your inner workings,
I suppose. Yeah.
what makes you you.
I.
That's the shittiest story I have.
You told it really shittily.
Fuck you.
Fuck me? Fuck you.
Next.
Every time I go to fucking say something, I gotta yawn. And you say it's nerves, but I think I'm just, yawning.
I don't think it's nerves anymore.
Yeah. I don't really have anything.
We know Alex's. I think that one's actually a funny one.
Alex has like a couple, but he forgets them sometimes.
Well, I mean, the ghost playing classical music while I'm taking a shit. So
You remember that last time
Let's
you did it?
go. We can get deep about your brother punching on his punching bag.
Oh, we could
That-
get deep about that one.
You remember that?
I remember
that? Okay, so I'm just gonna say this real quick. I was living with him, and I don't believe in ghosts, dude.
Not at all.
I don't believe in ghosts at fucking all. I'm this most stonewall. I'm not breaking on that shit. And we're dead asleep one night. I'm sleeping in the room down the hallway, and he's in his like Arizona room, which used to be his brother's.
Yeah, brother used to live there. Or
And
live there.
in the backyard, we both hear this.
I never heard you. Yeah.
Like somebody's going at this fucking bag.
Mhm.
I can't explain it, Alex.
Yeah, I go out there and I look because I think it's Wes. I thought he might have been out there. I was gonna see what's going on, maybe tell him to calm it down a bit. And nobody's out there. The thing was still where it was when we left it. You know, it didn't move, and it wasn't one of those punching bags that you hang from anything. It was one of those ones that you fill with like sand or water. You know, you just open up the side, fill it with some water, maybe some sand, and it's
Like the
you know,
like the bottom
Yeah.
bottom thing that would
Yeah.
hold it.
you punch it, it's gonna move.
Oh, like one of
It's-
those. Okay.
It's gonna move. It's in our backyard right now. Actually, the same exact one that was making a sound.
Yeah.
And yeah, he fucking. I swear to God, I heard it. It wasn't Wes, and it was still. It wasn't moving. It
was
didn't
the
move.
loudest. It was so obviously the punching bag and somebody going on that punching bag.
And it happened often. It wasn't just
Yeah.
like a one-time
Yeah,
thing.
no,
We heard
it was just the
going
one
all
time I'd
time.
seen it. I'd heard
Yeah.
it anyway.
Like I remember often I'd hear it and I'm like, God damn it, who the fuck is using that? And I thought someone was, using our punching bag at night. But then I remember one time actually moving the punching bag kind of where a window could see it. And I was there. I heard the punching bag being punched. I grab my flashlight, look out the window, shine it on the punching bag. Nobody's there. So either someone's punching it 2 or 3 times to scare the shit out of us and running like fucking crazy, or it's my brother trying to punch a bag again.
Yeah,
'Cause he fucking loves
it's
that
really
thing.
nuts, and I think we got the notion from Tori, Alex's sister. Like one, she swears up and down that her brother was in that house.
Yep.
Still, and
I thought you.
Go
You
ahead.
go. You go.
Oh, you had something to say.
No, you go. I had never heard this. So.
Well, it was a different house. Like it was a different house that she told us. Like they had moved into the other house.
Into Orchid.
And
Okay.
Yeah, and Tori was
Orchid
like, "Yeah,
Lane.
no, Paul was in that house for sure." Just kind of solidified Alex and I.
She like. Oh, in the old house.
Yeah, it
Oh,
was at
okay.
the old house.
Yeah, when I lived up on Lupine.
Okay. What I was gonna say was, I thought you had like your webcam on or some shit at one point.
That was another thing that happened.
More?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's all I knew. I didn't
jealous.
know. I didn't even know you
My
fucking
dad's
knew
a
about
fucking
it.
werewolf.
No, this
my brother punches his.
with the webcam was I think it was how many people were there? There was me. I think you weren't there. It was me, our friend Mandy, Jimmy, Natalie, or not Jimmy, Lorenzo, Natalie, and one other person. We were all there. We were in my room, and we were just dicking around in my room. And I had a webcam on my laptop, and I decided, you know what? I'm just gonna turn the webcam on, record us. And I thought it was cool. And then, we forgot about it. We left the room, and after we left the room, I forgot the webcam was on, and it was still on. It was recording, and it was facing the window in the room that I was just talking about on Lupine. And so, a couple cars come by, and we see lights. We see bright lights flashing through the backyard. And then halfway into it, a fucking tiny ball of light is behind the trees, and it goes from one end of the window all the way to the other end. And then after a couple seconds, or maybe a couple minutes, you start hearing the punching bag again. It's going off right after this light crosses my window.
I actually think you showed me that video.
Yeah, I showed you the light, and then the light goes across. punching bag starts getting hit, and no one was out there punching it because we were either in the living room hanging out or we were on the other side of the backyard hanging out where my mom built this thing. It was fucking
Built a thing. It was like a Ramada.
yeah, it was a crappy little
Okay.
Ramada. We were out there hanging out back
Nice.
there. No one went near the punching bag that night, and then I get back and I watch the video and I'm like, what the fuck is this? And I'm like, it's creeped me the fuck out, you know?
Yeah,
That was scary.
weird.
It was
Yeah, it's-
definitely
Super strange.
I don't know, is he a little ball of light? Paul's my brother, by the
just-
way.
Say it.
No, I hate doing that.
Oh.
What?
So he asks me, didn't I see Paul's ghost? It's not something I like to admit. I've told Alex this before. I'm pretty sure I told him the night after. But I was in that back room, and I started, I was like, I gotta go to the bathroom. Maybe I'll go take a shower or something. I don't remember what it was. But I start heading down the hall, and I've never met Paul, ever. Like, never, ever.
Never.
Me and him started hanging out after my brother died.
After,
Really?
like, a year and a half, 2
Huh.
years after.
Yep.
I mean, we knew each other.
Yeah, we just didn't actually hang out at all. He
Right.
never came over to my house, really.
Right. It
That's
almost
crazy.
went from
Yeah.
it almost went from like Alex and I were acquaintances to I moved into his house.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought you'd met him at least once, huh?
No.
Because I remember when it happened. I was, in his life, but
We
we didn't
were-
hang out that
we were
much,
at Metro Center Academy.
Yeah, I think that's what happened. I think we just probably knew about it. I don't fucking know.
I mean,
didn't
I
talk
knew
about
about
it that
it.
much.
Yeah,
I mean, it's hard to be going to the same school.
of course. I think that's how it went. Never mind. I was just wondering how you never met him if you
Well,
Yeah.
my brother was
you
very
hung out with
secretive.
him afterwards.
Yeah,
You know,
it's-
He
I
didn't-
always saw him walk by,
I
toke
can't
up
say
or some
that
shit.
I can't say that I've ever seen him with my own eyes. Like I've seen pictures, obviously.
Oh,
That's the
I
only way I
suppose.
recognized him
Yeah.
was by picture.
Oh, okay.
And I was very certain that it was him. And this is weird because you hear me say that I'm not
Yeah.
a believer.
I don't believe in fucking ghosts or anything. And I'm like, I saw this motherfucking ghost. you know what I mean? So like, I don't know what to say.
You're just standing before you, just like,
just like
sup?
almost like he was going into the bathroom.
Yeah.
Like he had his hand on the doorknob, and he just goes and let goes.
Like goes.
Legos.
And he just fucking let goes, and he just kind of walks away. I think he started walking to the back where his old room was,
Mhm.
where Alex was currently staying.
Yeah.
That was it. I was like, my eyes are
That's
playing
fucking
fucking tricks
crazy.
on me.
Yeah.
I do that a lot. Like I watched that stupid fucking. I told you this story. I've told you guys this story. The Woman in Black story.
Mm-hmm.
Where I watch that fucking Woman in Black and I go upstairs and I lay on the couch and I'm looking like the way of a coat rack. I said, no. And I turn away from the coat rack. I'm like, I ain't having that shit. I ain't
Yeah.
starting to think that that's no woman in fucking black.
That's
turning
the
around.
woman.
Good
It's
night.
the woman.
I ain't about that superstitious life.
Yeah, I'm not necessarily about it. Like I'm not like, oh no, ghosts are everywhere, but I can't say that I disbelieve 100%, I mean there are shit that people can't explain other than, it being a spirit or something.
I'm going to have to say you're a little bit more open to it
oh yeah, absolutely.
than,
yeah. No, for
than
sure.
even Joseph.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
More than me. Why? What?
I'd say so.
You're the one that's anti this.
Well, I'm anti this.
Even though you
That's
saw it with your own
obvious.
fucking eyes.
It's
you know?
obvious that
He's anti.
I don't believe it.
He's against it.
I'll say that my mind's playing tricks on me before I believe a
am.
ghost is happening.
Yeah, I'm super open. I don't know what you're talking
But
about.
Alex, what I'm saying is he's more open than you. I'm not saying you're not open.
Oh,
I'm saying that
okay.
Alex.
That's fine.
It was like a couple of months in this house. He was already telling us that there's a fucking ghost here, dude. There's a ghost. That thing won't stop swinging. It's like the
Yeah,
it's like the shades.
the shade won't
We had
stop
to-
swinging, and then we find out it's the fucking air conditioning shit, and I'm like,
Well, it was swinging without the air conditioning. That's the thing.
well, that's That's true. It was some kind of like I know there was something we did to stop it. Like we opened a door or we did move something and it stopped swinging for a bit. And then we moved it again and it started. I think it was the fucking ceiling fan actually.
And there was an old woman that lived in this house that died before we moved in. A couple months before we moved in.
Months. I
didn't
thought it was
know
years.
to be
Shit.
honest. Not before. I knew it before this right now, but
I think it was
he
close
figured
to
out,
a year.
He found it
Oh,
out way
okay.
before I did. No, I swear, I do believe. I mean, again, you know, I'm sitting on the shitter in my old house and I hear fucking classical music and I'm home alone.
Slizzer.
That's fucking weird.
Yeah.
I liked it because it was good music. Had a nice saxophone.
I did hear that music. I always thought it was coming from.
No, my mom
It's
didn't
really
have anything that
fucking
could play
weird.
music in there.
Like, what kind of record just plays by itself in an attic without someone
Well,
turning it? You
Yeah,
know,
we don't even have an attic. We just
Oh,
have
you
fucking
didn't?
crawl space.
that's really weird.
Was it in the crawl space? See, I didn't.
Well,
That's
it was
really
when I
weird.
heard it. It was always coming from above, so it would have been in the crawl space. So someone was either living there or it's a
That's
fucking
kinda
ghost.
That's fucking.
I just kind of heard it.
I don't know which one I dislike more, to be honest. Somebody living in your fucking house that you don't know about? Fuck
I'd
that.
fucking stab the.
Honestly,
fucker.
that's worse. I
It's
don't.
terrifying.
That
There's
is
no
terrible.
competition.
A ghost.
Were you the one that
I don't think a ghost is gonna hurt me.
Fucking old lady living in the crawl. What
Yeah.
was it? In the cupboards or something?
Yeah, this
Yeah.
guy. She lived in there for like what, a fucking year or something.
Ugh.
What?
Terrifying. Yeah, Alex
Yeah.
told me about it.
What?
Not even good. Just
What? Are you serious?
food kept disappearing, and apparently, you know, he set up a camera and
Fuck me, bro.
yeah.
That would
Right here.
scare the shit
Oh
out
no!
of me.
Don't pull it up.
That would terrify the fuck out of me.
Yeah, when he told me about that, I was like, fuck
That
that.
guy had to have moved like immediately.
Yeah, a homeless woman was living in his crawl space and eating his food while he and his live-in girlfriend were sleeping.
living girlfriend.
You never see the girlfriend on
Live-in
camera,
girlfriend?
and
Not a
there's
dead
some
girlfriend.
suspicious movement in the crawl space while he's setting up the camera.
fuck
and then he
my
fucking-
ass, bro.
Yeah, he sets up the camera and they catch it. They catch her coming out
Fuck
and
that, dude.
stealing food and
I am
shit.
not-
It
about
gave
that.
it gave me the willies when he told
I
me
would
about it.
I would go. Oh no, dude.
I saw a thing on Imager, similar situation, but they had a fucking they had like a what are they called? A bookcase that went to a secret room they didn't fucking know about.
Oh yeah.
And then they went in
Oh,
there
poor
and
Alex,
they
yeah.
had like fucking old food they were missing and shit, and they evacuated the house and got the police involved. And,
Yeah, absolutely.
eventually the person that was bumming food and living there for months, they found him and evicted him. But like that's creepy and
Can you
scary.
use the word evicted though?
Huh?
They found him and evicted him. I guess
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
the
Get the fuck
I guess
outta
that's the English term for it. But fuck that.
Pretty much. Is that the one?
I
Oh.
think so.
No, homie, I ain't about that.
Yeah, it's just, and I saw pictures,
Yeah.
like lots of
No,
pictures.
bro, no.
Oh,
They got the. Should we pop it up on Twitch?
I don't fucking know. Do it.
Pop up the images.
Yeah.
Twitch.
Do it. Just go ahead and.
Okay.
Oh,
Hold
no.
on.
People on YouTube will be able to see it as well. Podbean, if you're listening, go ahead and Google this shit because you're gonna have to see that because
Yeah,
this is
This
insane.
shit fucked me up. I was like, nah, bro.
You know what? I'll just pop them on. It's fucking
Yeah,
insane.
this shit.
The fact that this kind of shit can happen for however long it fucking happens.
Yeah.
And then it's just
Oh
like,
hell no!
It's so
no,
crazy.
fuck
Yeah,
that.
see?
He's got a toy in there.
Yee.
Oh no, bro! I got the willies. I got no dolls now. This guy's a
Yeah.
fucking psychopath. Oh my god!
pull this up.
Are you
Creepy
showing
as
that
hell.
narrate? Just be sure to.
Yeah.
No, I ain't. What the fuck? No, no. No, I'll take a ghost any fucking day. Any fucking day.
Yeah, because
Okay.
yeah, dude.
So
I'm sure ghosts would
this is the first image.
kill you if they wanted to.
This is the bookcase in their house. This is the
Hell
bookcase that they found they had in their house, and they had it for a long time, man. It was let's see. Oh, the guy who posted it saying he's staying at a friend's house, and here's why. He moved into a house about a year ago. Previous owner built the house in the early 2000s, moved to India 2 years ago. And this was all posted in 2013. The picture above is the parents' room. And then they found... then after that, they found that. They opened it up. Oops. Hold on. Let me remove this one instead.
No, dude.
They found this. They
No.
opened it up.
Oh, yeah.
No,
You know?
no. That's something a realtor tells a fucking
No.
person.
Yeah, that's something you gotta tell someone.
No, and behind this bookshelf, we see.
A murderer.
And then
How the fuck do you?
Boom.
Oh no.
Wearing
That's
a fucking
behind-
clown mask
behind
or
it.
something.
they find stairs, and it's pretty weird. It's like windy stairs, you know, like
How does this guy know
really
about the
tight
Blech.
wooden stairs.
How does this guy know about the fucking room?
Who the fuck knows, dude?
I don't know.
Maybe there's like an entrance outside or some shit. Who the fuck knows?
Yeah,
He-
he probably there's probably I think if we read on there'd be an entrance outside.
There's got to be legitimate prosecution there, right? Like you
Yeah,
can't,
of course.
you can't be doing that shit
He's living there rent free.
instead of just evicting. Instead of just evicting, you can't just.
The only thing I
evict.
think they could charge the person with would be trespassing and thievery. You know?
Honestly, he's a squatter and you can't evict him.
Yeah. So they were him and the people who were
Depending on the
there.
state.
They were roughhousing, pushed him into the bookcase, and it opened.
No.
And then they found the
What's
stairs.
that?
They looked from the top. That's what this picture is. They looked from the top, looking down, and saw it leading into there. And then it says about the crawl space was about halfway down, and the crawl space is this bit right here.
Fuck that, bro.
It looked empty. It looked empty from when you see it, like
It
about
looked
halfway
empty,
down.
yeah.
It looked
Crawl
empty.
spaces are fucked up.
Yeah, and then when you
won't catch
actually
me
look
crawling
into
anyway.
it, you see this.
Ugh.
You know, you see some dolls, food, candy wrappers, a
Such
key.
a baby.
It's the dolls that fuck me up.
The dolls
bro.
are weird.
Why does he need dolls?
I don't know. Maybe they were just there already.
I'd be
It's-
worried if that was his fucking house.
Maybe the dolls
Right?
are the ones stealing.
Well,
the
If he
fucking
had
food.
dolls
It
in
showed,
like
like,
little,
It says a lot of the wrappers, that's their Halloween candy.
Mm-hmm.
This person came into his room where he kept his Halloween candy, took from his bag and brought it back there. The banana peel there
Gives
they
me these
had,
chills.
and they just threw it in there.
oh fuck.
So that for like how to show how big this shit is.
No,
you know?
bro, no way. Oh no. Oh fuck that.
Oh wow.
Yeah, there was a
Typical,
little.
banana for scale bullshit.
Well, it's what they had.
Oh.
But yeah, then they show pictures of up close of like a little elephant figurine, the key, and then the dolls.
The key to what? Burn it.
Don't know.
I don't know.
They
Dolls are
they don't
creepy.
The
have
key to
any
the-
idea.
The
I don't
other
fuck with
world from
dolls.
Coraline.
Yeah, the other world for Coraline.
My other mother. We just watched it,
We watched it. Yeah,
kinda.
we watched it. I'd say so. I paid attention for the most part.
Yeah, I am.
On my bag.
Oh, dude, having police.
Conniptions over here.
Yeah, that's scary, man. You get
Yeah.
someone living in your house, you don't fucking know it, then you find out about it, and how
Oh.
long has it been?
Oh,
Oh
It's
my god.
I think I'm even more weirded out by the woman in the attic or the crawl space.
the crawl space is fucked up. Because like, how do you not check all your cupboards often?
Often.
And how does she just happen to be in the one that you don't fucking look at?
Right?
No.
That's crazy.
She had to be bony and skinny or some shit, and just like I don't know, mangy looking.
scared.
It's scary.
I'm so scared.
Ugh.
Oh,
I don't know how to top that shit. My
that.
supernatural quote unquote stories aren't that good.
Hit me with it. Hit us with it.
So first of all, I guess this is my earliest, memories and pretty much some of my only quote unquote, scary stories.
Scary.
Fucking I believe I was like 5. I was 5, probably turning 6 soon. We were living in some apartments and we knew ahead of time that they were haunted. Yeah, there's a little boy, he plays with, toys and stuff. He giggles at night, just ignore him.
Fucking realtor tells you this.
I don't know. I don't know. The people that fucking lived there before, I don't
Okay,
fucking know.
Okay. They were
Because it was just
freaking out.
commonplace. Like, yeah, dude, this fucking ghost kid's always hanging
Yeah,
out.
that's the norm.
And so yeah, you know, my mom's like, whatever. She's fucking 24 or whatever, no money, living in a shitty apartment, normal. And yeah, I remember the kid. I never heard him, I don't think, but I remember a ball, you know, in a room with, you know, AC that isn't fucking hitting the ball.
No.
The ball would move around in a circle. Toys would move, shit like that.
No.
But my real experience, and I say this is real to like this day. One day I was I was trying to go to bed, and it was dark out, and we lived with my uncle Ivan, or he'd crash. I don't know what the deal was, and a white figure walked in the room, and they looked like they were, just they kind of had some sheets on them or something, like, they just got up
Like
for the night, get some water or something.
Ooh, kind of sheets or whatever.
Well, I saw their face.
Okay.
Like they were kind of a glowing, fuzzy. white.
Just like they had grabbed their blanket or something.
Yeah, but like
threw it over their shoulders because they were cold.
Over their shoulders.
Gotcha.
Kind of like that. And I lied about this to my mom. I told her that his eyes were glowing. His eyes weren't fucking glowing. But he comes in and he lays down on my fucking floor.
No.
And I'm like, Uncle Ivan, what are you doing? And he doesn't say anything. This guy looked like Jesus to me. Like he, kind of a beard. He had longish hair. Like think like a static screen Jesus, just fuzzy, blurry image. And I was awake for this because I'm like, what are you doing? Hello? And he just laid down on my floor, and I'm in my bed, and I'm like weirded the fuck out. So I call my mom. And my mom comes in. And then I'm
Nico,
like,
that's just the ghost in
and
the
I'm just
house.
like, Uncle Ivan. I was like, Uncle Ivan's being weird. And then she's like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, he was just right there. There was a guy there. And, I added a little to the story, and I told her about that. And I don't know how the fuck I can transition from being asleep to calling my mom out so seamlessly. Like, to explain that it was a dream. Because this shit happened, bro. And I was, like, weirded out. And I didn't get chills or nothing. I was just weirded the fuck out that a stranger was in my fucking room. Wasn't answering me when I was talking to him. And he just laid down on the floor.
You think it could have been sleep paralysis?
I don't believe so. Because I know what that feels like. And I didn't feel terrified or nothing. I didn't feel held down. I was, I sat up and I was like interacting with this
Confused
person.
as shit.
And yeah, I was just weirded the fuck out.
Oh, that's fucking eerie.
Yeah, it's really eerie. And later, we hear that whole part of town was built on top of a graveyard, like legit. You know where
that's always
Peoria
fun.
is?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Avenue.
Peoria Avenue, a little down from there.
Those of you
19th Avenue.
Yeah, those of you not local to Arizona or Phoenix in general. Phoenix is built like
A grid system.
A grid.
Yep.
It's very squared off. And if you know where one thing is, like if you know where Dunlap is, you know where Peoria and the following roads are after it. So
Yeah, essentially.
Some people.
you'd have to have a really
It's like
bad
two
direction.
blocks from 19th Avenue in
Sense of
Peoria.
I don't know. I get Peoria and Dunlap mixed
Apparently
up all
that
the
part
time.
was a fucking graveyard, and I was like, okay, so that explains that. That explains all the ghosts, because we heard it from previous realtors
Yeah,
and
it's
shit.
fucked up.
And yeah, and my second story, it's equally lame. So where I live now, it used to be my uncle's place, and when they moved into it, we have a back room, and there was like some kind of weird cloth and hay type doll nailed to the wall.
Gross. Get that
Ooh,
shit off
yeah,
now.
No, voodoo. I ain't having that.
And They threw it away like 3 times and it kept coming
Oh,
back.
fuck
Apparently,
no. That's
Yeah.
the click remote all over again.
and I was like, I remember one time I did it. I believe I brought it back.
Oh, you bitch.
I did it. You know,
You're a fucking
I was like
cunt.
12 years
What a
old,
dickhead. Jesus.
and you know, I was being a creeper, but apparently it happened 3 times without my intervention. So unless
Yeah.
someone else was being a fucking
I
jokester,
feel you.
I don't fucking understand. But like, you know,
Well,
that
that's
was
like-
something weird.
That's like the okay. So we have this little. I guess you could call it a statue of bears, like a
Oh yeah.
couple of bears hugging. And Joe and I would come home. We'd notice they were out of place.
Yeah.
We're like, what the fuck?
We never thought they were ghosts, though. We
Never thought they were ghosts. I'm just saying
Okay.
this is just weird,
hmm
right? So we move them back to their place. Next day they were moved.
moved out of. Yeah.
We're like, what is going on here? So we move back. So on and so forth. This goes back and forth a few times. 4 or 5, I'd say.
Yeah.
Yeah, quite a few. I remember because I also noticed that they were moving, and I was like, I thought it was them at first playing tricks on me and Natalie.
yeah, like I think we all kind of just thought somebody was doing something to play along with us.
Yeah.
Turns out the only time that somebody did that was when Alex's wife, Natalie, did it the very last time. She
Yeah.
said, oh, well, I moved it once. It wasn't me the other times, but I just...
I didn't know that part.
Yeah, no, she moved
I
it
thought
from
she
the
did
front
it
of the
all
door.
the times.
No, she just moved it. She moved it from the front of the door to where the end of the carport.
At the end of the carport. You remember that, Joe?
Yeah,
So
that's the only time
that
she
was
moved it.
that was when I was like, I'm done fucking around. And I moved it from the carport to around to the front door.
Yeah.
The house is shaped very strangely.
Very, very weird.
Don't swat us.
We have 2 doors. One on the carport.
2 doors. Here's our
one on the
address.
small
We'll put it
whole
up.
fucking life story. Why don't you?
Well, when I was 4, my uncle held me down under the water, and I almost drowned.
Yeah.
That was when he was 5, silly.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. That was 5.
Tell the story about the ankle biters,
Oh,
Oh.
the shin chewers, or whatever they're
Oh
fucking
yeah,
called.
yeah. That's a good one. It's a classic.
that one, like when it actually happened, that scared the fuck out of me. Holy shit!
Okay, you don't have to.
So-
embellish.
The fuck out of it.
The fuck.
So
Fuck.
I'm awful with ages too, so I don't know. I know I was like 4 or 5, and I lived with my mom primarily. She was married to my stepdad at the time, who was Kenny, and we very often stayed the night at my grandparents' house. And I remember I don't remember exactly how everything started. I know I was sleeping. Me and my brother were sleeping in the living room on the 2 couches. My grandparents usually slept in their room, but my grandpa, for some reason, he's usually up at night anyways. You know, he's always sleeping in a chair or something, or sometimes he's just watching his fucking shows. And this happened at night. I don't remember what time. But, shit, now I can't remember why we went outside. But I know the door... I've always known how to unlock it. It's never been tough. And
Always.
we go outside. I go outside.
Born with an innate sense of unlock.
It's
Yeah.
Oh, you turn it clockwise.
I
Could've
still
been a
get
weird
clockwise and
sliding door. I
counterclockwise
don't know.
mixed up.
Sliding doors. They fucked me up.
You fucked me up.
So I go outside with my brother, and I think I go outside, and there are these little fucking, I don't know what they were, but they had like humongous heads. Like, I guess humongous heads for their body, because their body was like small as fuck. You know?
Not a unit of measurement.
Yes.
Small as fuck.
Small as fuck. Fuck being your basis.
Size of a
Just being a
penis
smart
and
ass.
vagina.
That's
Vagina.
huge in my case. For the vagina part.
So, tiny
Yeah, your pussy's
bodies,
pretty big.
and the heads were about, I'd say, the average man's fist, and they
Who's that
looked
fist?
like skulls. Like, they looked like skulls, and they would like jump up high and try to bite me and my
Pull up a
brother.
picture. Show Twitch and YouTube.
Ow.
How?
We found some though.
Did we?
We found
Not
some
really.
closer,
I
close to
remember
the.
we found something that
We looked
sounded
up like
it, but I
puck
don't think we
wedgies and
found.
shit, and we couldn't
It's
find
like
anything.
African ankle biters or something.
I don't
You know,
fucking
like
know.
there was something silly.
It was.
There was a
something
similar
silly.
story to that, though.
Yeah, there
People's
was.
pants being chewed to bits, and
Yeah, and like it happened to me and my brother, and then my grandfather, he comes out and he's like, he picks us up and he's like trying to get them off of him, and we go inside, and it scared the shit out of me, and it got my grandpa, you know, it bit him, and it did leave a scar there. I don't think he has a scar there.
Grandpa
anymore.
don't remember that story at all.
My grandpa does not. He remembered it for a while after it happened. Like he remembered it for I think a couple days or weeks or something.
But then he put it out of his mind.
Yeah. And
He's
I
like,
fucking
ain't never reliving that shit again.
I forgot that shit
That's
too.
going in the vault.
And I forgot it up until what was it, like a couple months ago that we started talking
yeah,
about it?
we were talking about it, and he's
I'm
like,
sure,
"Oh, I
yeah.
did have that one thing that
Oh.
happened to me."
And he saved it for a juicy night or something.
Yeah, it was freaky.
He did, yeah. It was one of the nights we. So the whole reason we started a podcast was because we have nights like these anyway.
Yeah.
No, the only difference now is that we have fucking microphones in front of our faces.
Pretty much. And
As far as scary stories go, I'm gonna have to chalk up the scariest one to Joseph.
Oh, absolutely.
really,
Having someone come into
the
your
Jesus
house,
man on your floor?
the Jesus guy.
Fuck that.
He comes in through
That's
the
either
fucking.
it's either sleep paralysis.
I chalk it up
I'm
to
not
not
saying
being
it
that,
is.
yeah.
I'm not saying it is.
Yeah,
I'm
I've
just-
explained
it's
why,
either-
'cause-
it's either sleep paralysis, which is just
Because I remember
scary in
so
its own
fucking
right.
clearly how it happened.
That's insane.
Yeah.
That's absolutely insane. I told you. Okay, it's not so much a scary story because I take everything with a grain of salt. I'm always a
You're
little
talking about the
bullshit. Satan.
red. Yeah.
Yeah, he knows exactly.
I was
what I'm
wondering
talking
if you're
about.
going to share it
He
or not.
knows
'Cause
exactly
I know,
what I'm talking about. Okay, so
I know you retracted that it might be.
I'm gonna preface this with the fact that I'm not religious. Okay, I don't like to pour it down people's throats because that's annoying.
God, this kid's always trying to get me to go to church. I swear.
So my stepmom, who was on the religious side, like not super Bible thumper or nothing, she started to really become active in the community of like Christian Catholicism, that kind of stuff. You know, she was jumping back and forth. I think she was raised Catholic or something. And she tells me one year, I think I might have been 15 or so. She says, "Come to church with me." And she and I don't have a really good relationship, and it's weird.
Yeah.
But she offered, and I thought, what the hell? I don't quite believe in it. If I go and I don't believe in it still, then I'm on the right path. That's how I feel. Period. End. So I go. I have a bit of fun. It was decent gathering of nice people,
Yeah.
And I get home and I'm having a night where it's just kind of weird. Like it was late. I was in the living room. I fell asleep on like the lazy boy we had in the living room. And down the hallway, this is when we lived in an apartment complex, kind of small. You could see pretty much everything. Behind the wall that would make the hallway, I see a taller figure, taller red figure, and there's just this red light emanating from the hallway. And I couldn't tell, but I'm like, Satan? I'm like, is that you, Satan? And like, at the same time, I'm like, come on. Come on.
Come
That
on.
can't be
Who the
real.
fuck's playing
It's
trick
just
on
a
me?
silly little story that I'd like to throw in there that, like,
I've never heard that one.
I have an overactive imagination, I guarantee it. Because I see things sometimes. But, like, some things are just so fucking clear
What do you see?
that you can't deny it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, absolutely.
there ain't no fucking way I'm going to see a physical figure walking down a hallway with a red light. And I'm like, I also chalk that up to sleep paralysis sometimes. Like, I think about it.
Yeah, I told him. You were laying down. Did you feel like held down or something?
I never try and get up. So
Were you able to speak? Shit like that.
I don't remember. I don't remember if I even tried.
Yeah.
That's the thing about me when I'm
Yeah.
when I'm dreaming, when I'm
Mhm.
sleeping, dreaming very lucidly. It's something I never shut up about. I'm a lucid dreamer. I can control dreams. I feel like I can walk through dreams with 100%. What's the word for it? It's just control. It's just utter control. I can wake up at any time I want. I can't stay the fuck asleep. That's a skill I wish I fucking had.
Yeah.
But like, it's just, it's like when you're sleeping, or well, at least I do. I know when I'm sleeping, whenever I just go, I can fly, and then I'm flying. So like, if I'm not sleeping, then I can't fly. It's just out of the realm of possibility.
And that's just insane to me. I lucid dream semi-regularly, but I don't know how to do that. I just know how to wake up because my laundry needs to be thrown in the dryer.
Yeah. It's a thing my dad said he could do to me when I was very young. And I think I just kind of, they say if you practice it, you get better at it.
Oh yeah,
I'm
I
like,
actually
obviously.
I've got
was
friends
trying
that try
to.
it and they're obnoxious about trying to get into it, and it
Oh,
doesn't
the
work.
shit
for 'em.
that put half ping pong balls on your fucking eyeballs and lay a rag over your head. And,
Maybe not that stupid, but
and I'm like, all this shit that's stupid. All you have to be is conscious.
all you gotta do is
Go to
No.
sleep and know you're
focus,
asleep.
kinda.
Well, not only
Focus a
that, I
little
mean,
bit.
you do, yeah, but it helps to do other things like it helps to record your dreams as soon as you wake up. Record everything you remember so you know. So like, you wake up and
Right.
you realize, okay, I had this dream. Write it all down, and then you'll have that memory of it better. It won't forget it.
I've
I don't
done
know
that
if
a
that's
few
lucid
times.
dreaming.
No, I'm saying that's how you can
Oh,
get
that's how
to
you
lucid
begin
dreaming.
to
Trigger it.
understand and trigger it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because lucid dreaming can be as strange
I remember all my lucid dreams. All
as
of them.
and they can be just as weird as regular dreams. Sometimes you don't feel like you have control over
Yeah,
them.
I've
Of
only
course,
had
I just go
control
like,
of one.
I just
Yeah,
go
it's
like,
not
I
very
can
much.
I can wake up at any point in time. I don't really want to, obviously,
Yeah, and I've lucid dreamed before. I rarely lucid dream, very rarely, and I haven't in years. But when I did, I remember those dreams to this day, and I have shit memory.
So this is kind of a creepy story. Here you go.
Which one?
The hallway paintings. Everything
Oh.
seems to revolve around
Yeah.
a hallway for me now that I think about it.
Your
Weird.
Hallways
devil
are
story
pretty
reminded me
fucked up.
of one of my fucking creepy shit.
That's where freaking Jesus came from. It was kind of like one of these things.
Yeah, this little doorway.
Like a cutout.
Yeah,
Or it might have been the door open. I just know it wasn't a closed door.
sure. Oh man, open doors like that, where it's like a wall with a hole for a door that doesn't have a door, fucks me right up. There was that room that Alex used to stay in his old house.
Mhm.
Excuse me. And he didn't have a door. He just had one of those dangly things on
I
it.
had beads.
And I'm like, I'm never sleeping in that
You
fucking
know what
room.
my fucking closet looks like? I used to, look in there and imagine bullshit.
Closets are weird.
Because it's a cutout door,
Right.
And,
So the very first dream, first lucid dream, I guess I could call it. I may have been 3 or 4. Super duper young. Like very young to the point of like I could tell my dad about it and he'd just be like, you're seeing things. You're
of course.
imagining. You guys can probably figure out what kind of guy my dad is. He's a werewolf. He was trying to keep me away. So this dream is I'm in a hallway, fairly long hallway, and at the end I see pictures, like a portrait of my mother and father. They're together. I guess having prior knowledge of stories, you can probably figure out the ending of that is that my mom and dad had split up. So they're together at the end of the hallway, and I'm walking down the hallway. I'm going towards the portrait. And as I get closer, this portrait begins to distort and disfigure almost beyond recognition. It's not my parents anymore. It's just two monsters. And like, it was a reoccurring dream for a very long time, up until about the time they split up. And that dream I had, they were monsters together, but apart in different portraits. When they're at the same end of the hallway, different portraits, they're themselves again. And I'm like, that's a weird and eerie fucking thing to think about, because it's like, it's just kind of an eye-opening thing, I guess. Like together they're not so good. Apart, maybe they're fine. You know, like
Yeah, it might be something psychological. You
something
really can't
psychological.
fucking
Yeah, but that's a
know.
weird
The mind
fucking
of a
dream.
4-year-old? That's crazy, yeah.
The mind of a fucking 4-year-old, dude. And I told my dad this. Dad, I saw some pictures and it wasn't you. And he's like, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
Yeah, you probably weren't clear on that.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, how was it me then? Yeah, sure, whatever, son.
Yeah, I get it. Understand. So that and when I told my dad I'm interested in this dream thing.
Yeah.
He told me, he's like, "Oh, I could lose a dream." What? He's like, "Yeah, I could just tell myself to fly." That's the test. That's where I get that from. He's like, "All I have to do is to say I can fly," and he's like,
I wish I could.
Never had that dream again.
Every time I lucid dream,
Good.
I choose to wake up somehow. Either I choose to get murdered and then I wake up, or I'm like, I should get up and
Self-esteem.
like the laundry thing. That's legit. Like I was like, I'm dreaming, dude. I need to get up and
Do my laundry.
put my laundry.
I'm seriously about to check every nook and cranny in this fucking house.
How?
Why?
We're
'Cause-
connected
well, 'cause
to a
I hear-
fucking thing over there.
Because I hear weird shit. Like, just hear weird shit in this fucking house. Popping, banging, vibrating. You can't blame that on the fucking train that's 2 miles down the road. No, it's more than 2 miles. It's way.
It's probably just the fucking Asian lady that lives in the cupboard. Her phone's always going off at
My
night.
phone's always going on. I just pictured some fucking business lady.
Her fucking
Like, she
WhatsApp.
makes tons of money. She's in some like some tux piece, and she's got.
She didn't have to spend money because she's living with us.
Seriously.
Like, what's the Wi-Fi password?
What's the Wi-Fi password? We didn't make it very hard.
Yeah, no, that your story definitely reminded me of another fucking creepy shit I had when I was little. It was I know I told you about this, Joe, and I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure I told you
Everyone
about
spills
this.
their
Wes.
heart out to me, guys.
It
Just
was
so you know.
it was when I was 6 or 7. I was living with my mom in these apartments. I was sharing a room with my brother and sister, and I'm laying down and I wake up. I don't. It's not like I wake up and I'm like, groggy. I immediately wake up and I'm wide awake, and I look up at my ceiling, and there's this what's it called? What? There's this semi truck, and the back is open, and in the back is this big old head.
Was there a Mew?
Did you push the truck and there's a Mew?
It's a big old head.
No, yeah, it was the head of a pizza guy. Like he had a hat on it. It was like pizza for delivery, whatever, and he had
How the porno ever goes.
And
He had
was like,
sunglasses
"What's up?" He was a
I
severed
wish.
head, and he just ah.
No,
A
I
pizza.
wish. The music that I actually just remembered this. I know I didn't tell you guys this, and I just remembered it. Was there was music playing in my head with it, and it was this creepy kind of like classical music shit. Like
Oh,
don't
that's got to
remember
be
any
some
of that.
psychological shit because Alex loves classical music. Like
do love
this
classical
motherfucker
music.
does not.
He loves it.
Stop.
Yeah.
So,
But it's
so
the
I'm thinking it's
classical
just like
music
some
is playing.
either it's an ease to
Was
thing
this
for him,
Was this a fucking dream or a
or
thing
an
no,
you
no.
uses
saw?
rage.
No, this wasn't. This was something I saw.
like, no,
Oh,
It was
okay.
it was like a projection on my roof, and I'm laying down in bed and I see it, and I get scared, and then on my dresser, which is right next to my head, I see a cup with his face on it, and I reach I reach up for it, and as I try to reach up for it, my hand goes right through it, and then I stand up on my bed, and when I stand up and look at it, it's gone. So I get scared, and I go to my mom, and I'm like, Mom, come here, you gotta see, I can't, Mom, you gotta see this, it's scaring me.
Shut up and clean the kitchen.
And then that
Yes,
would be
Mother.
accurate if she weren't sleeping. But so she comes into my room, and I'm looking up at the ceiling, and I'm like, can you not see that? And she's like, what are you talking about, Alex? And I lay down and I look up, and I'm like, there, it's a truck. It's a truck, and it's cruising through this like windy path through a
Yeah,
forest.
That's young Pennywise.
And I'm
fucking
like,
bro.
Mom, can't you see that? And I'm pointing at it, and she's like, Alex, there's nothing there. Go to bed. And I'm scared shitless because I can't go to bed at this point. I'm like, Mom, look at it.
Yeah, that would suck.
And then I point and I point to the dresser, and I'm like, can't you see the cup? It's the guy's head. The guy's head in the back of the truck. And she's like, what are you talking about, Alex? Just go back to bed.
It's
There's
just the
nothing
Pizza
there."
Planet guy, Alex.
No, he was wearing red and white, not yellow.
Red and white.
But yeah, that was definitely scary for me. I don't know why the music popped in my head. Like it just popped in my head as
He
you were
was like,
telling
it's
your
the
story.
concerto in D minor. And
It was.
he
It
knows
was
exactly
creepy
what
as
it's called
shit.
now.
I wish I did.
He knows lots of.
What if one day
Find it.
you actually find the song that was playing and then your head just explodes?
I don't know. I guess my head would explode.
What if you're
and I'd die.
activated?
Yeah,
It'd be scary.
What if what if you were activated? Agent Alexander
MK
activated.
Ultra.
I don't know. If I heard it, I think I'd probably be super scared and I'd want to know what the fuck it was from. Because that just would freak me the fuck out even more.
Oh, like when I think about like scary classical music, I don't think classical music at all. I think of that fucking.
I think of. Oh,
Well, because of the fucking Insidious movie,
okay. I was gonna say
the
that too.
fucking tiptoe through.
Yeah.
I was actually just about to ask you the time. Looks like we're about an hour in. I think we're gonna go ahead and call it.
We're gonna
Call
call
it an
here.
episode here, as we often don't call them episodes.
It's an episode.
So fuck it. I think that was a.
What font was that? That was very funky.
Apple streusel.
Mm.
It looked.
Love me
I
some
swear to God,
apple
it was
streusel.
like the SpongeBob.
Yeah.
Or sorry, apple
Similar.
stroop.
Apple Stroop.
So yeah, we'll go ahead and call the scary story one here. We'll see you
Yeah.
guys next time. I think in the.
Scary Stories Part 2.
Oh fucking! What else did we have? There was something else we had. We had a list of things that we were gonna do.
Our
Yeah.
title is Scary Story Time in Movies.
Scary.
Scary
Get
story
rid of the
time.
movies. We didn't talk about movies,
We,
right?
Well, that's the live thing. Because if you're watching on Twitch, you're looking at Home Buddies,
Home Buddies.
twitch.tv/Home Buddies with an S. Follow us on Twitter at Home Buddies with a Z, all one word. And if you're watching on YouTube,
Home Buddies with an S.
Home Buddies with an S.
Twitch is the only one who's a
And
jerk.
if you found us on Podbean, good for you for
Rock.
clicking on somebody that is super unknown.
We're nobodies.
Yeah, we're nobodies. We're just
now.
a few guys that like to talk about random shit like scary stories.
Scary Stories and
Ooh.
Food.
Cool.
Food. We talked about
Butts.
food a long
Love
time
food.
ago.
Food is
Butts.
great.
Butts.
Why am I butts? I'm trying to butts.
So let me see. We got some board games, movies, that kind of thing we can talk about. So
Ugh.
let's go ahead and call it there,
Not
guys.
a wrap.
All right.
Say goodbye.
Everybody have a good night or day, whichever one you're at.
That's all, folks.
Yeah, all right. Bye.
Yeah, okay, bye.